Thanks for joining me.
How you doing, Cliff?
Morning.
Living the dream. So for you guys who don't know, today I'm meeting with the guys of Sletten Companies, or Sletten Construction. Sletten Companies?
Sletten Construction.
And this branch is up in Montana, based out of Great Falls.
Yep.
And this project is the Summit Beverage Center, or Distribution Center in Missoula. So today I'm joined with Cliff, Jake, and hi guys.
Hi, Cliff.
You guys have been working on, when did you guys start? When did you guys break ground on this project?
May 1st.
May 1st.
Yep.
A good month. Super
Yes, it was raining.
wet.
Super
Yeah,
wet.
yes.
Rainy. Yes.
Especially up here. Is Missoula typically really wet in the spring?
It is.
Right on.
Bond breaker's best friend, you know. So,
Well, I guess it depends on the bond breaker, yeah.
right?
I saw all the extra barrels out there. I won't name what brand it is, but there's other ones out there that be happy to be on your next project. That save you a little bit of heartache. But
Now you tell us that.
don't worry, I'm sure they'll reach out to you. So give me a little bit of a background on the Summit Beverage, how that came about, and then how you guys, I mean, I know you guys obviously went to visit and everything, but what made Sletten the right guys to get the job done?
So this project was a RFP process. So we actually went in and submitted documentation for a qualification package, and then interviewed with the Summit Beverage folks and their owner rep. And at the end of the process, we were selected as the contractor. And so we were brought on board here about 2 years ago now, and just working with them hand in hand through the design and their design team, and like Jake said, breaking ground here this spring, and looking to complete here at the end of the year.
So do any of you guys come from like a big tilt-up background, or is this like one of the earlier, I know you guys have done like one or two here and there. I know Sletten does stuff down south, but up north, you guys come from any of that background much, or?
This is my first tilt up personally, and
My second. Jake and I did another project in Great Falls that was a tilt up, and we've done a lot of tilt ups down south, like you said, in the Vegas market and the southern areas. But for this project, we reached out to our other resources within the company that have done, many of them, and been a great project.
I don't know, man. So I know when I first came on board with this, actually, so Jake reached out to me shortly after World of Concrete. He had ran into, was it Shawn Hickey?
Yep, Shawn Hickey out of Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, Shawn Hickey out of Canada. And shout out to Shawn Hickey real fast. Thank you for sending him our way.
Yeah, thanks, Shawn.
So Jake gave me a call, and then kind of asked some questions about our product and what it is we do. And he said, yeah, we're doing this up in Missoula, and we haven't really glued anything. And I says, I'm just going to come up there and work with you, man. And that came out probably the end of May, right? Close to.
Yeah.
yeah, we were grubbing for 2 weeks.
So you guys, no, so the project calls for minimal holes into the primary casting slab. To help accomplish that, you guys did a bunch of away slabs and everything, and then you cast it on the primary slab. What were some other challenges you guys had? Because did you guys have a problem with like space? I mean, you had a ton of weather. Tell us a bit about that.
Weather was our hardest challenge for sure. With the space, we took 2 months ahead of time and designed it and figured out where we could place panels with the amount of crane that we could use. But I would say weather, rain was our biggest challenge for it. And then experimenting with new products that we've never used, because we never glued down before, and there was a lot of skeptical people about it. It's like, well, let's try it. And we learned a lot through the process.
And that glue is actually an amazing product. I've seen F-Rose blow out. I've seen Simon's blow out. I've seen Perry's blow out. I've seen plywood blow out, and we did not have one blowout with that glue down product. So it was pretty amazing.
So getting to the forming and everything, using the glue, how thick are these panels, and how much? It's an insulated panels from thermal mass, correct?
Correct. They're 14 inches total thick, which they had the 3 inches architectural layer, 3 inches of foam, and then an 8-inch structural layer.
And then there's 6 panels that are a full 14 inches of concrete. So
There's 6 panels that are just 14 inches of concrete.
Yeah.
14 inches of concrete.
Heaviest panel was 134,000 pounds.
Is that the one you pointed out in the corner there?
Yep, and the admin.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are big boys right there.
So you guys had some challenges though early on when you're pouring and forming on the waste slabs, right? Because when I came aboard, we had these waste slabs which we can nail into, but since we can't nail into the main slab, we're going to practice on these slabs. Tell us the good, the bad, and the ugly of how that all went.
The good is we were able to experiment with the glue products, and we did a lot of the waste slabs more in the wet time of the year. So we ended up mechanically fastening some of it just because we kept getting rain and rain and rain. And the glue works great once it sets up and it gets to strength in the water. But trying to get to that point was a little bit of a challenge. But starting on them waste slabs, we got to learn about the different glues that you guys have, to where once we had to get on the actual slab, we knew exactly which glues to use where.
Were the panel layouts hard at all, like as far as like any unique shapes or the amount of embeds or anything you have in there?
That load and dock area, which panel is that? 65?
67 was our toughest panel. That was one of the very first ones we formed.
Oh, really?
But it was tough on more the layout and the design of it on our end to make sure that we had everything correct. But we took care of all that before we actually even started building. So it wasn't something that we weren't expecting going into it.
What was like, so the weather was a big challenge. When you guys got onto your primary casting slab, and at this point you guys kind of got rock and rolling, you already went through and repaired what you need to on the waste slabs. Was it smooth sailing from there, or?
It went really well once we got up. By the time we made it up on the deck, the weather had pretty much given up on us. I think it only rained a couple times after that. So, and we had everything we needed, and we had all the practice that we needed. And it went real fast once we got up on deck.
That's awesome. You guys have a lot of like help from like the other manufacturers. Like we know Glue Down helped you where we could, but like you guys worked with Dayton on the lip hardware.
Yep.
And their bond breaker, and then you use thermal mass. Were you guys working pretty closely with them on some of these parts of the project, or?
Through the initial design and everything, yeah, they had their engineers and everything for the pick points, and thermal mass was really good. They had all their stuff all laid out and whatnot. Yeah, it went really smooth. But the actual forming of it, I would say it was you.
Oh, hey, give it up for me.
It was, recommending all the different products that you've seen in the past. It was helpful. It definitely was.
I'm glad. I enjoyed coming out, man. I mean, when I told people I was coming to Montana, like, you're going to drive there when you fly. It's not easy flying to Montana for cheap. It's not.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the most expensive little plane flight I ever had when I first came out to Great Falls, man. I was like, that's going to hurt a little bit. But, Sletten, man, you guys have a pretty nice office that you just redone. Tell us a little bit, how long have you guys been with Sletten?
So I've been with Sletten for 20 years, this past April, 20 years. So I'm a 3rd generation Sletten employee, so been around, with my dad and my grandfather and all of that.
What about you, Jay?
I've been 16 years now with Sletten. Started as apprentice carpenter. My dad's a superintendent for Sletten.
Drug that guy with you?
Kinda.
I'm good baggage though. I'm just going to say I've been with Sletten roughly 10 years. So.
What's Sletten didn't start out up here though, right? They started.
Great Falls is home office.
That is home
Yep,
office.
since 1928, that's the home office.
And then they've extended all the way down to Phoenix.
Yep, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Nevada, Cody, Wyoming, Boise, Idaho.
Okay, so that makes it seem like Salt Lake City might be on the next.
That's above my pay grade, but you never know.
If they do, let me know. I'll be bringing by tacos every week. You guys have Salt Lake office.
We're going to start one next week. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
Love tacos.
That's good, man. So, with all the weather, and this one just came up, on the bond breaker using the Dayton J6 in the extreme amount of rain that you guys had? Because I remember talking to you, like, dude, it's been nothing but like rain and snow and rain and snow. It's like spring's pretty much gone almost. The bond breaker, did you guys have any problem picking or anything like that? Did anything stick at all? Because I know when the weather gets kind of like that, you have to put a hold on everything, you know, otherwise it can be a challenge.
Well, we had a tough schedule, so we weren't going to let the rain slow us down for one, but we went to every extreme as far as tenting things and taking the tents down, putting them back up, and, you know, we got her done. So
There was a few panels we were a little nervous on, but
Because you're like, we sprayed that how many times?
yeah,
Did we spray that
Yeah.
6 or 7 times? I don't know.
right.
the scariest part for me, I think, was we got that whole loading dock area ready, bond breaker ready to go. We had mud at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it rained that night. So we pushed the mud back to 7 and took 2 hours of scrambling and re-bond breaker and pulling the mesh and the bar out and getting it back in, and got them placed, and they picked really nice. It was amazing. So
That's good, yeah, because like walked around and showed some pictures of the building and stuff. You get panels that are patched with some of that arm patch, and like the ones that aren't patched, like when we walked around, it's pretty clean. Like, I mean, for using all wood products and stuff, I mean, the sugaring even was very minimal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that's just because there's so many layers of bond breaker because of the time. and everything.
Our paranoia.
Hey,
Right.
you know what? You
It's-
in doubt,
Yeah.
put more. That doesn't work for glue though, so don't do that. But that's awesome, man. Is there any more tilt-ups in the northern branches of Sletten's future?
Oh, I'm sure there is. It's not as common here as it is, you know, down south, but, you know, we've talked to a few owners that are looking at tilts. So, you know, for projects in the future and things of that nature. So I'm sure there'll be more coming down the pipeline at some point.
I met you on the school project. You guys do like a little bit of everything, general construction wise?
We do, you know, anything, you know, we've got various divisions within the company, you know, from, you know, industrial type work and bridge work and commercial buildings, parking garages. We do just about everything.
Yeah, you guys got one starting down the road, like 1.5 miles or something, right? Just south of here?
The Higgins Bridge,
Was that,
that's in Missoula. Yep.
okay.
Yep.
The
That's-
bridge? This
Yep.
looks like a little
Thank-
commercial.
Oh, there's
Oh yeah, there's a credit union that we're building as well. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys do quite a bit. Are you guys I would assume, probably the largest construction company in this region?
we are the baddest construction company in the state of Montana.
Right, there's other companies?
yeah. What are you talking about?
Awesome, man. Well, I know it's a quick impromptu kind of show today, and given time, is there anything you'd like to share about Sletten or anything? Like I said, this goes on our LinkedIn page, and you guys see it. It gets between 80 to 200 views, depending on who's
wow.
on it and how good I am. But
Mhm.
any shout outs you want to give to? I don't know. I'd say shout out to Thermal Mass. I mean, it's pretty good thing out there, and
They did a good job. Like I said, I already said it once, but Cliff, you did an awesome job helping us, you know, especially our first time using glue products, you know, not knowing what we were getting into. I mean, it was an extremely lot of help. So
Awesome.
it went really well. We're happy with all the products we used. We learned about them. So lots of do's and don'ts and what works good in certain situations. And yeah, we'd use them again.
cool. Well, I'll keep it short and sweet with you guys and just wrap it up here. But again, thanks for calling me back and having me in your office to do this, man.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes,
Appreciate
yes,
it.
sir.
All right, fellas. Well, if you guys haven't heard from them, check them out. Sletten Companies out of Great Falls, Montana, all the way down to Phoenix, Arizona. They do all kinds of stuff, and of course, they're a big fan and user of Glue Down. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.